Give me 1 second. Good morning. How are you? Yes. Sam's going to do the covenant.
Is Sam gonna do that?
No. I am.
You are.
I always do it.
Sorry.
Sign up for the group of people getting information about the trip. The only challenge is that like you've got to be more than like it's going to be a first come first serve thing, so you have time. Things can go on yeah. I just need to see your face and tell me what it's like. That will be never. We're having puppies and we'll be on TikTok. Okay. I mean, we're having puppies. So. Hi. Morning. A little crazy. Wow, you have such a bright smile on your face. Me too. Michael, I'm fine. I don't need to test this further, right? This is fine. I don't need to test it. It's on. Am I leaving it on? La 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 la. La 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 la. It's still on. So am I leaving it on? And then everyone will hear me as I do my final circulating things. Okay. Run. I mean, I don't need you for the very beginning, so. How are you? I'm so happy to see you. That's great. Did you talk to the office about the check?
I did.
Okay, because that means we don't have it for you.
I mean, I emailed Len. I haven't had. But, yeah.
I'll try and do something for you after the service.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, Charlie. I mean, loiter after the.
Who's my script?
I don't know. Where'd you put it? I'm thinking that if you're playing this with the open while I'm talking, it's going to be awfully loud. Is it okay to close it, or are you going to just be able to noodle super quietly on it?
Whatever. I had it because I heard that it was too quiet.
Oh.
You have to open it to quiet, right? I haven't really said that loud. Like either.
Hey, Beth. I was just seeing that the lid was open, and I was worried that when Ace is playing under me, it's going to be very loud. But I know that there were issues about it being too quiet before. So, do you have any thoughts when I'm doing the bridging stuff? What do you think? I don't know. I'm fine either way. I just want to make sure people can hear. No, I'm just talking to you when I'm talking. No, I'll just take it off before I start. Okay? Yeah, sometimes people say stuff and it's not meant to be. Picking board. We're so close.
But it's still it's still more open.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome, everybody, to the First Unitarian Church of Providence, where we love beyond belief. I'm the Reverend Liz Litter-McClay, and on behalf of myself and Reverend Roger and the church, welcome also to our beloved Flower Communion service, with which we round out our regular church year. May we make the very most of this day we have been given, starting right now, together.
would you please join me in our chalice lighting words, which are found in your order of service? This light burns also in our hearts, and it lights our path towards harmony, justice, and hope for all.
In this, the season of steady rebirth, we awaken to the power so abundant, so holy, that returns each year through earth and sky. We find our hearts again and our good spirits. We love and believe and give and wonder and feel again the eternal powers, the flow of life moving ever onward through one faithful spring into summer, and another, and now another. May we be forever grateful. Alleluia and amen. Our opening hymn, so appropriate, the Sweet June Days, number 65. Can we rise in body or spirit and sing out?
Hi again, Charlie. I'm so glad you're here. It's great to see you. Hi, Dave. Good morning. Wonderful to see you. Wonderful to see you, Temple. Can you make sure to greet the person behind us? Good morning. Good morning. Wonderful to see you both here. Great to have you. Good morning again. Oh, he's popped away. I'm so glad to have you here this morning. Great to see you. Hi. Wonderful. How are you? Great to see you. Look at you.
Hi, honey lamb. How are you?
I'm good. Good. Carson's good, everybody. Oh. Okay. Go say hi to Charlie, who's sitting in the mask-only pew. He needs more people to greet them.
Okay.
Did you hear Karsten? She was hugging me and she spoke right into my mic. She's like, I'm good. Good morning, everybody. Great to see you. Okay. And as we finish our time of greeting, all you bright blooming people, can we turn and just say hi to everybody who's home and with us through the magic of technology. Good morning, everybody at home. We're glad we can be together this way with all of you present with us in spirit. And go ahead and take your seats.
Good morning. I'm Sam Cole. Please join me in the reading of our church covenant. We, the members of the First Unitarian Church of Providence, with respect for the worth and dignity of each person, with wonder and the light known by many names, and with gratitude for our deep connection to each other and to the larger web of existence, covenant to walk together in our search for truth, seeking paths of wisdom, compassion, and justice.
I, Lord, he said.
The flower communion service was created by Norbert Čapek, who founded the Unitarian Church in Czechoslovakia. He introduced this special service to that church on June 4th, 1923. For some time, he had felt the need for some symbolic ritual that would bind people more closely together. The format had to be one that would not alienate any who had forsaken other religious traditions. So he turned to the native beauty of their countryside for elements of a communion that would be genuine to them. 100 years ago, this simple service was the result. It was such a success, it was held yearly just before the summer recess of the church.
When the Nazis took control of Prague in 1940, they found Dr. Čapek's gospel of the inherent worth and dignity and beauty of every person to be, as Nazi court records show, too dangerous to the Reich for him, Čapek, to be allowed to live. Dr. Čapek was sent to Dachau, and a year later, about the time of his simple ceremony was beginning to spread among American Unitarian Universalists, he was killed as part of a Nazi medical experiment. This gentle man suffered a cruel death, but his message of human hope and decency lives on through his flower communion.
The significance of flower communion is that as no two flowers are alike, so no two people are alike. Yet each has a contribution to make. Together, the different flowers form a beautiful bouquet. Our common bouquet would not be the same without the unique addition of each individual flower, the same as our church community, which would not be the same without each and every one of us. This service is an affirmation of our community.
Exchanging flowers, we show our willingness to walk together in our search for truth, choosing our covenanted bond over all that might divide us. Each of us takes home a flower brought by someone else, symbolizing our shared connections in community. This communion of flowers is essential to us as a freely committed people in a welcoming faith.
Today, we will celebrate Reverend Čapek's ritual. Let us each share our unique flower with this loving congregation and rejoice in the beauty we receive in return. In the spirit of beloved community, we will share now the joys and sorrows that connect us to one another. We will begin with a candle of great joy. I get to be the adopted godfather of baby Oscar. You may remember we dedicated him on Christmas Eve, and then he played the baby Jesus that night. He turns 1 this week. He's right there. Happy birthday, Oscar. A candle for healing for my daughter. A candle for my daughter's friend, Madeline, and her family. Thoughts of comfort on the sudden loss of her father. It is tough to lose your dad at any age, but so devastating at age 10. We are here for you and your family. A candle for happiness comes on a gentle spring day with the organ playing at our church and an unexpected visit from a California grandchild. Candle of joy for our expected child, our first, who will join us earthside around the winter solstice, from Chris and Liza. Candle of joy for my niece and nephew graduating high school and heading off to new adventures. A candle to all graduating high schoolers. Candle of healing for my in-law, my nephew, and my niece. I can't make it out, sorry. May their discomfort disappear like the warning mist. A candle of healing for all those affected by the Canadian wildfires and our beloved Mother Earth. May we learn how to respect and care for her better. A candle to request that Jesus remove all the hurdles of my children's lives, my eldest son, my younger son, please help me, Jesus, I am thankful. A candle of joy, again, for Oscar Dunn's first birthday. There's full circle, right? May the UU Church continue to love and support him in all the years to come. From Rebecca and Nick, his parents. Let us gather our hearts and minds in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Let me remind you that at the end of the meditation, we'll share some silence. If you've lost someone this year that you want to remember, please stand or raise your hand, and we'll pay silent tribute together. Please take a deep breath with me. And again. One more. This is an original meditation from Reverend Liz. A flower pushes up from late winter snow. A flower pushes up from a crack in a wall. A flower pushes up from the single plant in the desert. A flower pushes up from the sediment and sand of a lake bottom. A flower pushes up from a sheer rock face. A flower pushes up from cracked, dry earth. A flower pushes up from an abandoned flower pot. A flower pushes up from a groove in a sidewalk. A flower pushes up from a well-trodden path. A flower pushes up. A flower pushes up. A flower. A flower. We don't have to cultivate hope. We don't even have to justify hope. We just have to pay attention. The world cultivates hope. The world justifies hope. Reason for hope is all around us in uncountable numbers and innumerable forms. You know what I'm saying. Just look around you. Just look at the flowers. Amen.
We're going to sing hymn 305, which is De Colores. And it seemed to us that it might be helpful to you to have a little opportunity to practice the Spanish. The last verse is in Spanish. So I'm going to try to help you do that. Asa, could you play an A for me, please? This is the last verse. We're going to sing the first 3 verses in English, but when we get to the last verse, here's what it should sound like. De colores. Can you sing it after me? De colores se visten. De colores se visten. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores, sing that. Let's sing that much. De colores son los pajaritos. I'm going to start there and go on. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de fuera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de fuera. Que vienen de fuera. Que vienen to sing that again from the bottom of the page. De colores es el arco iris que vienes lucir, y por eso los grandes, amores de muchos, colores me gustan a mí. Okay, you're ready. You're going to be so good. We're going to start at the first verse and sing all four of them. I'm going to stay right here, so when we get to the fourth verse, I'll be with you.
Those of us native Spanish speakers had a very easy time, and the rest of us totally leaned in. Pretty great. Pretty great. Our consecration this morning is taken also from the creation and spirit of Dr. Chapek. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask your blessing on these, your messengers of friendship and love. May they help us remember to care for one another and the earth. May they also remind us to cherish love as one of your most precious gifts. May we always remember to do whatever we can do, great or small. The world needs every single one of us. Can we join now in the responsive blessing of the flowers, which was adapted from the version by the Reverends Jen and Rob Eller Isaacs from Reverend Chapek's original Blessing of the Flowers 100 years ago in 1923, and it's in the yellow insert in your order of service. In the name of the creative spirit which implants in our hearts that unrest which will not be quenched until people live lovingly with each other, we bless these flowers.
In the name of the highest, in which we move and take our being, and in the name of the deepest, which makes every one of us who we are, we bless these flowers.
In the name of the prophets and peacemakers who sacrificed their lives to hasten the coming of the reign of mutual respect, we bless these flowers.
Let us renew our resolution sincerely to be one family, regardless of the barriers which estrange.
May these flowers be for us a sign of the glory and variety to which we aspire, knowing the whole while that we are one family, the family of spirit and nature.
In this holy resolve, may we be strengthened by the spirit of love, that we ourselves may bloom in the splendor of a joyful life and endeavor to be more perfect in our days. Amen.
Let us now share our flower communion. As we each in turn approach the communion vases, let's do so with a sense of how important it is for each of us to address our world and one another with a sense of gentleness, of justice, and of love. Select a flower different from the one you brought and give it to the person behind you. As you receive your flower, noting its particular shape and beauty, please remember it is a gift that someone else has brought to you. It represents that person's unique humanity and therefore deserves your kindest touch. I would like to invite our choir to come forwards first, and then with the congregation, please follow.
Having all of us given and received in this beautiful way, I invite you also to think about giving to the life and the work of this beloved community. It is the time for our offering. We depend on this as part of what helps keep us strong and vital for each other and the asking days of our world. So thank you in advance for everything you give, all that you do, all that you are. There are so many ways we can practice our faith every day throughout the week, as much as on Sundays. I have two invitations for you for ways to practice our faith. One is to celebrate Pride with your friends and neighbors of First U. Next Saturday is Providence's Pride Fest and the Pride Parade. First U will kick off the festivities with a worship service here in the Meeting House at 10:30, featuring the Rhode Island Gay Men's Chorus and special music by our own Asa Spring. First U also has a booth at Pride Fest and a spot in the parade. All are welcome, so please come to participate or cheer us on. Anyone with questions can see Reverend Roger or members of the First U welcoming team, Steve McCloy, John Hickey, or Holly Dobbs. If you guys are here, I know at least Steve is because I saw him earlier. Can you stand up for a moment so people can see who to talk to? There's John, there's Steve way up in the balcony, and Reverend Roger. There's also going to be extra information about this in the Tuesday special edition of the email, so the newsletter that comes out. So you can find also extra information there. And right now, all are welcome to bring their chairs, blankets, and lunches and join us out on the lawn for our end-of-the-year picnic after the service. And if you did not bring your lunch, you can still have ice cream. Start with dessert first. Please know there is no coffee hour or activities in the atrium this morning in order to free us all up to participate in our post-worship celebrations. And now I would like to invite forward all the folks involved in our bridging ceremony as we move towards the conclusion of our worship this morning.
Good morning. Today we honor the transition of our graduating seniors as they venture into new waters. The church community has nourished you and been nourished in turn, and by your presence and participation in the fabric of our community, as you embark on your individual journeys, we send you off with hope and love. Theo and Andrew, it has been such an honor and such a joy to be one of your many teachers who supported and guided you along your way, not only learning how to be Unitarian Universalist, but the people you have become carry this knowledge and the sense of belonging with you in the next phase of your journey.
When you were a baby, you received a rose that was stripped of its thorns because we would protect you in your innocence, like Oscar. Today, you're ready to hold challenges in your own two hands. As you cross the bridge before you from youth to young adulthood, each of you will take with you a rose with thorns, symbol of both the joys and the sorrows of adult life. We recognize your growing capacity to handle life on your own, and we remain your loving community.
So now, please cross the bridge as I call your names, navigating the waters of change to find your new place in our community. Andrew Capelli. Theo Hansen. Blessings on you as you leave childhood behind.
Welcome into this community of young adults. Whether you journey far or simply journey within, may you be lifted up by your Unitarian Universalist ancestors who began paving this road long ago. Be lifted by those in your faith community ready to meet your own authentic you. Be lifted by your new community of young adults, either those standing here or those around the country. Seek us out, ask us questions, join us in worship, and join us in figuring out how the world works. Welcome home.
And I invite the congregation to rise now in body or in spirit and give the blessing that is printed in your order of service. Everybody ready? Find that blessing, the congregational blessing, as we all stand in this loving circle around Theo and Andrew. Go in peace. Live simply, gently, at home in yourselves. Act justly. Remember the depth of your own compassion. Forget not your power in the days of your powerlessness. Wherever your journey leads, this congregation will always be your home. And everyone can please be seated as I deliver the final blessing for them. Look out, world. Yes, even you, the whole world, daunting as you often are, these children we have raised, you have also raised. They are used to your ways. They have grown in this world for this time. They are becoming young adults now. Yeah, you guys just have to stand there looking awkward while I finish. They are becoming young adults now, and they are not surprised by you. They are not unready for you, world. All the challenges some of us never saw or never imagined, they know well. All the beauties and possibilities that persist in the world, all the power and new connections being made all the time, they know well. In fact, some of those beauties and possibilities, power and new connections are only in you because they are in these young people. Rife with life, reflections of the world, sometimes redemptions of the world. So we'll just name it. We have some high hopes for you, world, and for you, future. We are not cocky, but we are hopeful, and we all can see why. You two go well into life now, and when you need us, always know that here you will find the hands of friends. Amen, and blessed be. Now you can go sit down and stop feeling on the spot. Our benediction today is from the hymn we're about to sing, Color and Fragrance, also by Dr. Chopek. Color and fragrance, magical rhythm, sweet changing music will change us with them. Life within life, inner light gently glowing. Surely you seem to be God's vision growing. Shaper of all things, to us you've given our chance to keep here on earth a heaven, moving in harmony, light gently glowing. May we be gratefully God's vision growing. Our closing hymn, number 78, we're singing verses 1, 5, and 6 only. Can we rise in body or spirit?
as you're seated, please join me in the words to extinguish our chalice. We carry the flame of peace and hope and love until we meet again.